In today's headlines, Party General Secretary and President of China Xi Jinping's second day in Vietnam, a resounding success. And Vietnam-Ethiopia forge stronger cooperation. Good evening. You're watching today's headlines, where we bring you the top stories of the day. General Secretary of the Communist Party of China Central Committee and President of China Xi Jinping and a high-ranking Chinese delegation on Tuesday morning laid wreaths in tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at his mausoleum in Hanoi. China's top leader expressed his admiration for President Ho Chi Minh, a national liberation hero, an outstanding man of culture, a genius leader of the party and people of Vietnam, a steadfast revolutionary soldier, and a close friend of the world's peoples. Vietnamese Party General Secretary Tô Lâm joined the top Chinese leader at the mausoleum. President Ho Chi Minh of Vietnam and Chairman Mao Zedong of China were two outstanding revolutionary leaders of Vietnam and China in the 20th century, and both leaders share communist ideals and the common goal of achieving independence for their respective nations. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm and State President Lương Cường, together with Chinese Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping, attended the Vietnam-China People's Friendly Meeting on Tuesday. Over 350 representatives, including scholars, students, and youth from both countries, participated in the event. More in the following.
The event featured a photo exhibition celebrating 75 years of diplomatic ties between the two countries and a Vietnam-China People's Friendly Meeting. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized the need to strengthen a more solid social foundation, with the younger generation playing a key role. He called on citizens, especially the youth, to carry forward and further develop the profound relationship.
The young generations of both countries must now strive to improve themselves, enhance creativity, master new technologies, and strengthen solidarity and cooperation to support each other's development. They are called to play a pioneering role in national industrialization and modernization and become a driving force in advancing Vietnam-China relations in the new era.
At the event, the Chinese Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping proposed using the China-Vietnam People-to-People Exchange Year 2025 to promote vibrant cultural exchanges and pass down the friendship to later generations.
Today, many young people are among us, and youth represent the future. In the next 3 years, China warmly invites Vietnamese youth to take part in the Red Journey in China, explore the shared red gene of bilateral friendship, experience China's rich and diverse modernization efforts, and contribute to the development of the Vietnam-China community with a shared future that carries strategic significance.
On this occasion, both sides launched the Red Journey, youth research and study program to explore historical sites in Vietnam and China, deepening youth understanding of revolutionary support. They also introduced the Vietnam-China Railway Cooperation Mechanism and established the Joint Railway Cooperation Committee. Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping noted that choosing Vietnam as his first foreign visit this year underscores China's high regard for the relationship. In response, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that friendship and cooperation are central to Vietnam-China ties, stressing the importance of advancing their bilateral relations.
Party General Secretary and President of China Xi Jinping and the high-ranking Chinese delegation left Hanoi this afternoon, successfully concluding their two-day state visit to Vietnam. And seeing the top Chinese leader and the high-ranking Chinese delegation off at Nội Bài International Airport, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính congratulated General Secretary and President of China's Xi Jinping on his very successful state visit to Vietnam. The Vietnamese leader affirmed that the visit was a historical milestone, contributing to strategic orientation and providing strong momentum. It also promotes relations between the two parties and two countries, the traditional friendship between the two peoples, and the building of the strategically significant Vietnam-China community of a shared future. Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping of China thanked the party and state and people of Vietnam for their warm and thoughtful reception. He reaffirmed that China supports Vietnam in building a strong, independent, and self-reliant economy, and wished Vietnam success in organizing the 14th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam. And during a Party General Secretary and President of China Xi Jinping's state visit, Vietnam and China issued a joint statement to deepen their comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership and promote a shared future. Both countries emphasized the importance of their long-standing friendship, with China prioritizing Vietnam in its foreign policy and also Vietnam considering China a key partner. The statement highlighted mutual support for each country's socialist path, with China affirming its support for Vietnam's development and modernization. Both nations agreed to enhance strategic trust and cooperation, with a focus on defense, security, and infrastructure projects, including railways and border infrastructure. They've also discussed cooperation in emerging fields such as AI, clean energy, and digital economy. The two sides reaffirmed their commitment to international agreements, including the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP) and the ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement (ACFTA), and announced plans for closer multilateral coordination. Both countries also emphasized the importance of resolving maritime disputes peacefully. Several cooperation agreements were signed in areas like road and railway connectivity, agriculture, defense, and culture. The visit was deemed a success, reinforcing the traditional friendship between the two nations. Coming up next, party chiefs meets with revolutionary veterans. And later on, Vietnam and Ethiopia forge stronger cooperation. Now, on the 50th anniversary of Vietnam's reunification 1975 to 2025, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm chaired a meeting on April 15th with veteran revolutionary cadres, distinguished individuals, and exemplary policy beneficiary families. The event was also attended by former Party General Secretary Nông Đức Mạnh, former National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Văn An, along with several incumbent and former leaders of the party and state.
Party General Secretary Tô Lâm highlighted that Vietnam had made significant progress under the party's leadership 50 years after reunification and nearly 40 years of renovation. Its growing political and economic strength, along with its international standing, reflects the collective efforts of the entire nation, especially the vital contributions of veteran revolutionaries and those with meritorious service.
Today's and future generations must remain deeply grateful for the immense contributions of the party, President Ho Chi Minh, and the millions of heroes, soldiers, artists, and ordinary citizens who sacrificed for an independent, unified, and strong Vietnam. It is our duty to carry forward their legacy.
Moved by the enthusiastic contributions to the nation's development, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm highlighted the achievements of the 13th Party Congress and shared key breakthrough orientations and policies currently being implemented and planned for the
On the 50th anniversary of Vietnam's reunification, we reflect on the profound value of independence, peace, sovereignty, unity, and freedom earned through the sacrifices of past generations, including many present here today. We must never forget this mission. For the country to continue developing, peace must be preserved.
Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that the sacrifices of revolutionary veterans, generals, heroic mothers, and soldiers have paved the way for national progress. He affirmed that history favors nations with great aspirations and unity, and expressed confidence that, under the party's leadership, the people and army will continue to build on past achievements and create new successes.
Now, during a meeting with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali this afternoon, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm affirmed that Vietnam values its friendship with African countries, including Ethiopia. Both sides agreed to strengthen cooperation in key areas such as agriculture, trade, investment, defense, security, and people-to-people exchanges. Party General Secretary welcomed Ethiopian Airlines' plan to launch a direct flight from Addis Ababa to Hanoi in July. The two leaders also agreed to enhance ties between the ruling parties, coordinate at international forums, and support peaceful dispute resolution based on international law. On this occasion, the Ethiopian Prime Minister invited the Vietnamese Party General Secretary to pay an official visit, which he gladly accepted. Also this afternoon, Permanent Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Hòa Bình worked with several ministries, branches, and localities on removing obstacles to renewable energy projects. He underlined the importance of promoting public investment disbursement and removing difficulties for projects, the latter of which is especially important. The Deputy Prime Minister requested ministries and local branches to focus on removing obstacles in construction licensing procedures, planning, land use conversion, and preferential prices. Permanent Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Hòa Bình also chaired a meeting of Steering Committee at 7:51 to clarify handling authority and develop principles and solutions to remove project obstacles. Ninh Thuận Province held a ceremony marking the 50th anniversary of Liberation Day this morning. Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Chí Dũng praised the province's achievements over the past 5 decades. He urged Ninh Thuận to build on its revolutionary tradition, fully leveraging its strengths for economic growth, streamline its administrative apparatus, and successfully organize party congresses at all levels in preparation for the 14th National Party Congress. And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that is all for today's headlines. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.